Well, welcome back to the channel and to another new episode of 2K24's Things You Might Not Know, the series where we continue our compilation of more of the game's hidden features, Easter eggs and amazing details. First up today, we are covering some more unique MyGM audio when drafting certain superstars to a certain brand, with this time that brand being NXT.
NXT selects Rhea Ripley.
NXT's Nightmare returns as Rhea Ripley comes home.
NXT selects Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling will once again be Johnny NXT.
NXT chooses The Rock.
The Great One set to electrify NXT.
NXT chooses Finn Balor.
And NXT is once again Finn's home.
NXT drafts The Undertaker.
The Phenom is now a part of NXT.
NXT drafts Tommaso Ciampa.
Daddy's home, Tommaso Ciampa returns to NXT.
NXT selects Roman Reigns.
The Tribal Chief brings his dominance to NXT.
NXT drafts Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens brings the fight back to NXT.
NXT picks Becky Lynch.
And the Irish Lass Kicker returns to NXT.
NXT picks Damian Priest.
Damian Priest will once again live forever on NXT.
NXT selects Randy Orton.
The Viper slithers his way into NXT.
NXT selects Seth freaking Rollins.
The inaugural champion, Seth Rollins, back on NXT.
Now we're all going to be aware of the famous WrestleMania undefeated streak by The Undertaker that would eventually come to an end at WrestleMania 30. However, what you might not know is that when using a classic version of The Undertaker at WrestleMania, his undefeated streak is still intact and is referenced by the commentary team.
At WrestleMania, The Undertaker has the most revered, undefeated streak ever. Icons have been slayed. Legends destroyed. Listen to the list. Kane, Orton, Michaels, Triple H, Cena, all have fallen to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Even the showcase of immortals is overcome by darkness. The Phenom's opponent has got to know that the end is near on the grandest stage.
So we've known for a while now that we would eventually be getting this year's WrestleMania arena as an update from the WrestleMania DLC pack, and via the recent update, we now finally have it. So the WrestleMania 40 arena looks awesome and comes complete with two different versions, a day version as well as a night version. Next up, we have got a few quick handy tips that you might not be aware of. First up is the ability to cancel a charged finisher, which is done by simply tapping L1 during the charged finisher state. We've also got the ability to use a wake up taunt to make your opponent stand up with their back facing towards you. This is done by holding R2 when doing a wake up taunt. And last up are these small quick tips, we've got the ability to climb a turnbuckle backwards. This is done by holding R2 when climbing the turnbuckle. So the next few we're going to be covering the most recent DLC pack, the ECW Punk pack, with us first focusing on CM Punk. So like some other superstars we've covered previously, CM Punk also features hidden body art that can't be seen by default, but do exist as awesome details under his attire parts. That same DLC pack also gave us some awesome brand new extreme weapons. So we have got the light tube.
He's got a light tube! You can cut someone to pieces with that thing!
We have got the barbed wire baseball bat.
You were looking for the game changer? Look no further than the barbed wire. Oh, barbed wire straight to the dome.
And we have got a door that can be put in the corner and then used to put your opponent through. Tossed into the turnbuckle. Another nice detail via the update is that multiple DLC superstars grab their trademark weapons by default. So we have got the Dudley Boys who each grab a table, and we have got the Sandman who will grab his trademark Singapore cane. Speaking of the Sandman and his trademark weapon, he does also feature his trademark Russian leg sweep with the kendo stick as a weapon grapple. This is done by tapping X on PlayStation when near your opponent. He also features his unique kendo stick taunts, which are done the same way as you would normally. From one very unique superstar to another, let's now talk Doink the Clown and cover his two amazing details that remain in this year's game. So firstly, we have got his unique weapon, which he gets from under the ring by default. Then there is his unique run-in, which sees a second Doink appear and attack your opponent.
Wait a second. What? You gotta be kidding me. This isn't happening.
Oh my God, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. This is brilliant. Twice the evil.
Is that another doink?
Another overlooked amazing detail that some might not be aware of is the awesome looking trade-in pins. So when your opponent goes for some kind of roll-up, sometimes when you kick out you'll actually counter it and go into a pin attempt of your own. Different roll-ups can trigger different counters, with this one on screen being one of my personal favourites. And next up, a bit of a fun one, as we're now talking about the Glasgow Sendoff 1. So whilst this move is a fairly decent move in its own right, it does feature the unique ability of it being able to interact with the turnbuckles if your opponent is near it. So when done in a position similar to this one, when hitting the move, your opponent will bounce off the turnbuckle. Upon testing, unfortunately this one doesn't work in combo with a table.
Setting up in the corner.
Glasgow send-off.
Joe can sense victory.
And last of today, we are finishing this one as we started it with even more unique GMO draft lines, this time for ECW. So we did cover a few of these way back in the series, but now we've got even more to feature, including superstars from the recent DLC pack.
ECW picks Bobby Lashley.
Former ECW champion Bobby Lashley, once again in the land of the extreme.
ECW drafts Steve Austin.
Austin making his triumphant return to the land of extreme.
ECW chooses John Cena.
The ECW faithful despise John Cena. Maybe that's about to change.
ECW selects Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero headed back to where his U.S. career began, ECW.
ECW selects Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner making his return to the land of the extreme.
ECW selects Rick Steiner.
ECW welcoming back tag team standout Rick Steiner.
ECW picks the Sandman.
Get the kendo sticks ready. Sandman is back in ECW.
ECW selects Terry Funk.
Terry Funk ready to get extreme again in ECW.
ECW picks Bubba Ray Dudley.
Bubba Ray back in ECW, and no, I didn't stutter.
ECW picks Devon Dudley.
Devon's going to get a lot of tables now that he's back in ECW.
ECW drafts CM Punk.
CM Punk once again ready to lead the land of extreme.
ECW chooses Dude Love.
Let's see how the extreme fan base takes to Dude Love.
ECW chooses Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack back home in ECW.
ECW picks Mankind.
We're going to see if ECW can handle Mankind's brand of extreme.
As always, share with me any suggestions for future episodes in the comments below. Stay tuned for more like this coming to the channel soon. And until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.